In this video, we'll be taking a look at 3 NHL games happening on November 16, 2022, and providing you with free team picks and total picks for each one of those games. So 2 picks for each game, 6 picks in total. Welcome back to Cash Out Sports. Let's dive right into it. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe and to click the bell icon to get notified as soon as these videos get released, so that you have more time to plan out your bets as we provide these videos on a daily basis. I can guarantee that you'll have all the important information that you'll need on these 3 NHL games after fully watching this video. One more thing before we start. If you would like to gain access to our best exclusive betting picks to take your sports betting journey to the next level, then check out our Patreon in the link down below, where we offer anywhere from 1 betting pick a day up to 10 betting picks a day and much more. Now let's get started. Buffalo Sabres versus Ottawa Senators. The Buffalo Sabres face the Ottawa Senators, with both teams looking to improve from difficult starts to the season. The Sabres have a 7-9 record and have a 6-game losing streak, while the Senators have a 5-9-1 record, and with only 2 wins in the last 10 games, have fallen into last place in the Atlantic Division. Both teams are looking to climb out from the bottom of the division and the Eastern Conference, and the upcoming game looks to be a good one as a result. The Sabres are 49-116 in their last 165 games, playing on 0 days rest, and 39-98 in their last 137 road games. The Senators are 0-5 in their last 5 home games and 1-8 in their last 9 overall. The over is 6-2 in Sabres' last 8 overall. The over is 5-1 in Senators' last 6 Wednesday games. The Sabres are 1-5 in the last 6 meetings in Ottawa and 2-5 in the last 7 meetings. The underdog is 6-1 in the last 7 meetings. The home team is 9-3 in the last 12 meetings. Buffalo will be on the back end of a back-to-back. The Sabres have been struggling recently, losing 6 straight games. Goaltending has been poor for Buffalo this season. They rank 26th in goals against per game. Buffalo will struggle against Ottawa's offense. The Senators rank 10th in goals per game and 10th in shots per game. They scored 3 or more goals in 7 out of the last 10 games. Brady Tkachuk leads the Sens with 20 points. He recorded 1 point or more in 7 of his last 10 games. Shane Pinto and Claude Giroux each lead the Sens with 8 goals. Giroux has 17 points, and he has recorded 1 or more points in 9 straight games. With Buffalo on the back end of a back-to-back, the Senators will win this matchup at home by 2 or more goals. So the Ottawa Senators money line is our full game side pick. Both teams have been good on offense this season, and they have both struggled with goaltending. The Sabres rank 26th in goals against per game. Buffalo scored 3 or more goals in 7 of their last 9 games. They rank 5th in goals per game and 14th in shots per game. Defense and goaltending have both been poor for the Senators this year. They rank 24th in goals against per game and 25th in shots against per game. However, Ottawa's offense has been clicking. The Sens rank 10th in goals per game and 10th in shots per game. They scored 3 or more goals in 7 out of the last 10 games. This will be a higher scoring game. Over the projected total is our full game total pick. St. Louis Blues versus Chicago Blackhawks. The St. Louis Blues face the Chicago Blackhawks, with both teams looking to improve from slow starts to the season. The Blues have a 6-8 record and are in last place in the Central Division, but are currently riding a 3-game winning streak. The Blackhawks have a 6-3 and are looking to bounce back from a rough 3-0 loss. Both teams are looking to improve in the Central Division and the Western Conference standings, and the upcoming game looks to be a great one as a result. The Blues are 15-7 in their last 22 road games and 3-8 in their last 11 overall. The Blackhawks are 1-4 in their last 5 home games and 19-40 in their last 59 overall. The under is 3-1 in Blues' last 5 overall. The under is 6-0 in Blackhawks' last 6 overall. The Blues are 7-1 in the last 8 meetings. The favorite is 7-1 in the last 8 meetings. The home team is 9-3 in the last 12 meetings. St. Louis is finally turning things around a bit, and they have won 3 straight games. The Blues have dominated the Blackhawks in recent matchups. St. Louis is 7-1-2 in the last 10 meetings against the Blackhawks. Chicago averages just 1.7 goals per game in the last 10 matchups versus the Blues. The offense has been very poor for Chicago this season. The Blackhawks rank 30th in goals per game and 31st in shots per game. They scored 3 or fewer goals in each of their last 8 games. Chicago has lost 7 out of their last 9 games. The St. Louis Blues still have a ways to go, mainly on the offensive side, but there's no doubt they're playing their best hockey of the season. The Chicago Blackhawks Blackhawks continue to pile up the losses, and their offensive struggles are almost on the level of the Blues. The Blues have beaten the Blackhawks up over the years. Lots of juice for a losing team on the road, but with St. Louis dominating the Blackhawks in recent matchups, I like the Blues to win their 4th straight game. So the St. Louis Blues money line is our full game side pick. Both teams' offense has struggled mightily this season. The Blues rank last in goals per game and 25th in shots per game this year. St. Louis scored 2 goals or less in 6 out of the last 10 games. The Blackhawks rank 30th in goals per game and 31st in shots per game. They scored 3 goals or less in each of their last 8 games. The total has gone under in 5 of St. Louis' last 6 games when playing on the road against Chicago. The under is 6-3 in the last 10 matchups between these two teams. This will be a lower scoring game. Under the projected total is our full game total pick. Los Angeles Kings versus Edmonton Oilers. The Los Angeles Kings will travel to Edmonton for their 2nd straight game against their divisional Alberta rivals, as they will take on the Oilers, who themselves have failed to build momentum in recent weeks. The Pacific Division is one of the toughest in the entire NHL in 2022, with 5 teams all having the capability of making deep playoff runs, so that makes these clashes even more crucial for tie-breakers come season's end. Both of these teams have fantastic offenses, with the Oilers possessing arguably the 2 most gifted offensive players in the entire league. So after plenty of rest for Edmonton and a high-scoring 5-6 loss to the Calgary Flames last time out for Los Angeles, this one is bound to be a thriller. Los Angeles is 4-1 in their last 5 games overall and 1-5 in their last 6 road games, while the over is 4-1 in their last 5 games after scoring 5 goals or more in the previous game. Edmonton is 22-10 in their last 32 home games and 4-9 in their last 13 games against a team with a winning record, while the over is 3-0-1 in their last 4 home games. This Pacific Division clash is one of the better rivalries in the NHL, especially after last season. These teams met in the first round of the playoffs, with the Oilers coming out on top. It took all 7 games, but Connor McDavid and company ultimately prevailed. They were also battling for the 2nd spot in the division much of last season and look set to do so again this year. The Vegas Golden Knights have been atop the division throughout these first 5 weeks, and the Kings were the 2nd team to 10 wins in the Western Conference. However, the Oilers should notch their 10th win by the end of this game. The Kings are also coming off of a tough road loss to the Calgary Flames on Monday night, in which they allowed 4 goals in the first period. That was a perfect demonstration of what their biggest issue has been this season. After being regarded as one of the better defensive teams in the NHL last season, that has not been the case so far this year. Goaltenders Jonathan Quick and Cal Peterson seem to start figuring things out, but the consistency just isn't there. This game being in Edmonton doesn't bode well for them to get things turned around. The Kings have allowed the 6th most goals per game on the road. That should have McDavid, Leon Draisaitl, and the boys licking their chops. They're also coming off of a big win over the Florida Panthers on Saturday night, and they've been off since then. A well-rested team that has the firepower of the Oilers should prove too much for Los Angeles on Wednesday night. So the Edmonton Oilers money line is our full game side pick. The highlight of both of these teams are their explosive firepower in their forward groups, and while we've seen some low-scoring games in recent times, both of these teams thrive most when they're putting the puck in the net. The over for Edmonton is 4-0 in their last 4 games playing on 3 days rest, and beyond that, it's also 33-13 in their last 46 games when they've allowed 2 or less goals in their previous games, which often indicates a massive breakout from the offense. For the Kings, the over is 7-1 in their last 9 games on the road, and while they've not had too much success over that time, they've managed to score quite well, with no less than 6 combined goals being scored on the road this season. Over the projected total is our full game total pick. That's all for now, so if you have any other games you would like reviewed, then leave a comment down below with the game you would like analyzed. Subscribe to our channel, leave a like on this video, and we'll get to it as soon as we possibly can. We would also love to hear your opinion on the picks presented to you in this video, whether you agree or disagree with them, so leave a comment down below and do let us know.